This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 So if you didn't notice by the intro, we are of course going to be continuing Halloween with this video where we review A Nightmare Before Christmas, which was the Tim Burton classic from 1993. If you've never seen the movie, it's basically one of them stop-motion animated films about about a group of Halloween, but basically ghosts and goblins and all sort of scary creatures and critters and things like that living in a place called Halloween Town. And one of them, Jack Skellington, who's the mayor or the king, I guess, of the whole town, ends up wandering off and discovers Christmas Town, where he runs into snow and sees all the decorations and Christmas stuff and all that kind of stuff, and basically he wants to create Christmas for himself in Halloween Town, essentially, and become Santa Claus in a way. So, with that unique premise in mind, I think this movie, if you've never seen it, it is a classic just because of that. It combines the two holidays together in a way that I don't think has ever been done in movies before. Like, I don't think there's ever been a movie that's been about both Christmas and Halloween, or just Christmas and any other holiday mixed together in a way that seems unique but also kind of makes sense. Like, he has to go through like some kind of portal to end up in Christmas Town,
right?
Essentially, we still don't know how he got back to Halloween Town. Like, that's kind of a plot hole type thing, but I think it's unique in that aspect of it.
I agree. I think it would be cool to see Jack go into like Easter or St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, because there were portals in these trees in the woods that took you to the places, and so each one had a different picture for what holiday it was. So I think that would be cool to see. And yeah, I don't think there's ever been something like this, before or even after, that you combine two holidays without outshining one of the holidays,
Right.
So you had Jack trying to keep Halloween but bring it to Christmas. And then when he realizes that that's not what Christmas is about, then it changes the way the movie works.
Right, because he tries to be Santa Claus and he goes delivering toys to kids, but the toys all kind of come to life and they have their own sort of Halloween spin on it and stuff.
Just like Toy Story.
They're attacking kids and things like that, and people start to notice that, and then they go after Jack because he's impersonating Santa Claus.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But yeah, I think just the world that it opens up with that combining the two holidays and stuff, and like you said, having all the portals to these other holidays and stuff. I think they should make more of these kind of movies with these same maybe not even with these same characters. Like, don't have the Halloween Town characters in it, but have like Santa Claus and Easter Bunny interact or something like that, like
kind of like Rise of the Guardians.
In the same way, but like the stop motion type thing. I don't think they'll ever do that, but
I don't think they need to, but I think it would be cool.
Right. But that's what makes this movie so classic, because you get the best of both worlds in this movie. You get, if you're a fan of Halloween, you get the Halloween aspect with all the creepy critters and stuff like that, and the skeletons and ghosts and all that in the Halloween Town part of it.
Right.
And then if you're a fan of Christmas, you get the bright lights and the snowmen and all the Christmas trees and gifts and all that kind of stuff in the Christmas portion of the movie, which isn't very long, honestly. Like, they spend more time, because the main characters are in the Halloween stuff anyways, but just the little bit that we see of Christmas Town and just Santa Claus and all that stuff brings you that holiday joy for the Christmas season as well.
I wish what they would have done was explain how they get to the real world from like Halloween Town and Christmas Town and all the other ones, because they all go to the same real world where the kids are. So Jack already knew how to get there. He just never knew about Christmas because it was always Halloween. So I would assume that they go out and actually scare the kids and everything else on Halloween. And then like Easter, the Easter Bunny actually goes there, and things like that. But I wish they would have showed that, because it was just kind of like, oh yeah, he's just in the town now.
Yeah, there was a lot of plot holes that if you just ignore them, it's still a fun movie.
Yeah,
and it is. I mean, it's still fun to see like Jack Skellington flying around on his own makeshift sleigh with these skeleton deer that they created and stuff. That's like a cool visual and everything. And then they try to shoot him out of the sky and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if you ignore those obvious plot holes, it doesn't need to make sense necessarily, because none of this really does make any sense anyways. But it's still cool to see like how they pulled it off, even if they had to make some plot holes and things that don't really necessarily add up. The way they did it still at least made sense. Like Jack Skellington wants to bring Christmas to the world through his own vision from what he saw, because he saw briefly he was in Christmas Town and stuff, and he doesn't really know what Christmas is about, like you said. So then he makes his own Christmas essentially to bring to the world, but he doesn't realize he's doing anything wrong. But he is, because he's creating.
I mean, he's doing what he knows, but trying to combine it with Christmas.
Right. And I think they did that really well, where he's just like this misguided, sort of confused person. Because his whole character arc in the movie was that he wanted to be something different. He was tired of being the Pumpkin King. He wanted something new and different in his life. And then he sings a whole song about it and everything else. And then right after that is where he stumbles upon Christmas Town.
Right.
So I like that they kind of kept that consistent through the whole movie as well. And even all the other characters, well, they didn't really do a whole lot that necessarily benefited the plot, really, or kind of had anything to do with what Jack was doing. They still had their own, motivations and things like that as well for what they were doing as well.
Right, and that's what, and they didn't try to make it like, or Jack was the bad guy, and that's what I like.
Right.
They focused on him being that, like you said, that misguided, like, he thinks he's doing the right thing, but is doing it wrong. And then when he realizes that, instead of him trying to, like, keep doing it, he ends up changing it, so he realizes what's wrong, and that's what makes him, like, the main hero of the movie in a way. Instead of him being the villain because he tries to take over Christmas, he's actually the hero.
Right, and even after he has these 3 kids, I guess, or whatever they are in Halloween Town,
yes,
he has them go kidnap Santa Claus so that he can kind of learn who Santa Claus is, and mainly it was to keep Santa from stopping him from delivering the presents and stuff, but when they kidnap him, they bring Santa to the boogeyman, essentially, who's going to, I guess, eat him or kill him or something.
Or both.
The boogeyman's creepy in this movie. He sings too. He's got some good vocals. It's basically like a sing-along kind of movie if you get used to the tunes and everything. And Jack ends up rescuing Santa from the boogeyman and lets him go fix his mistake.
Right.
Like, he goes out and saves Christmas because of to fix Jack's mistake and everything. So like you said, they made him the hero because he was the character we saw from the beginning. It's like he didn't really mean to do this harm, but he's doing what he's used to because he's a Halloween or like a horror character basically, and he's used to scaring people.
And one thing I really like, a lot of these Disney movies, especially the animated ones, have a lot of singing in them. And yes, it's like random at times, where just like everybody knows the words to this song that this character just created now, but everybody knows the words to it, but whatever. Yeah. But for this one, I mean, the songs, most of them are from Jack himself. And they're, like What's This, where he's singing about when he finds the snow in Christmas Town and finds all this stuff. He's basically singing to himself, like, what is all this stuff? I've never seen this before. And then there's This Is Halloween that they sing at the beginning, where they're all introducing us to their world of that. So when it's like that, I'm okay with these random outbursts of songs, because it's not like that's a song that everybody in Halloween Town should know the words to. It would be like the national anthem.
That's
their song.
Right.
But like if they all started singing What's This for Christmas Town and they've never been there, like, that wouldn't make sense.
If they were to make some kind of sequel out of this, do you think they should? Or what do you think it would sort of be about if they made one?
I don't think they need to. I think it's fine how it is. But
Right.
like I said before, I think it would be okay if they did it with a different town.
Like maybe
And
Halloween explores
kind of combine,
Easter
well,
town
combine
or
it with what
something.
you said, where it doesn't just have to be Halloween. It could be Halloween, like Jack and Santa team up and end up in Easter Town or something.
Or
you know.
Thanksgiving
or
town, or whatever it'd be
Thanksgiving, or
called, yeah.
Valentine's Town,
Turkey
or
Town.
St. Patrick's Town,
Yeah.
whatever. And so you have this big group of kind of like what Rise of the Guardians is, where you have all these like mythical kind of beings teaming up, and so you could have that, but have a different plot. Don't have it where
Right.
somebody's trying to steal the holiday and change it. Have it be something else, where
And-
there's an entire new villain.
Right. What I like too is that the fact that it came out so long ago that they had to actually do the stop motion for the kid. So like, I don't know if you know how stop motion works, but like they have to move each little piece of or the character or whatever,
Right.
like every split second and take a picture of it and stuff, and then it comes together and looks like they're moving at the end. It's like one of them old picture book kind of things where you flip the pages and the things on the pages
Right.
move if you flip it fast enough. I like that they had to do that because it seems more practical almost.
Yeah.
Versus like if it came out nowadays, it would be CGI and everything else. It might not be as, it's not realistic. But like that gives it more of a almost realistic looking feel because they are just these clay figures
Right.
that were created. They're not animated character. Well, some of it might have been animated, I think, like some of the ghosts and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
other than that,
A lot of it was claymation.
a lot of it feels real and stuff because of how good the characters look because of
Right.
they're basically just little figures.
Well, that's probably why they haven't made a sequel yet, because it takes a
It
long
probably
time
does,
to make.
and I don't think they need to either. Honestly, I think this movie works for. I've heard it's there's a debate of whether or not it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie, and honestly,
It's
it's
both.
both.
Yep.
You can watch it on Christmas, even though there's only a little bit of Christmas in this movie. Like just to kind of have fun with the holiday and stuff, and have this unique look
Right.
at a different approach to Christmas from a different type of character's perspective. Or you can watch it every year on Halloween. Like I think it plays mostly on Halloween on TV,
Well, of
anyways. I
course.
don't think it plays on Christmas, like on any of those like.
No,
25
like you
days
said,
of
it's
Christmas and
more
stuff,
of it's
but-
more of a Halloween thing, but you
Right.
can watch it and enjoy it on Christmas as a, as kind of like a funny thing where like could people do like gag gifts and stuff for Christmas, so you can look at it like that, like that's just a giant gag gift contest or something that like.
Right. But yeah, overall, I think it did really good with the combining the two holidays together and the premise of the movie and everything else. What did any final thoughts on the movie?
No, I think it was good. I think it was for what it is. I think because we've never really seen anything like that before, where like we said, they combined the two holidays, and it was all claymation and stop motion stuff, where it was put
Right.
together very well, and the singing, just the whole plot of it, I think, was interesting. So I think it came out in '93, and it's older than both of us, and it still holds up today, I think. So I like it.
And if you've never seen it, we suggest you go check it out, because it is a classic Disney Halloween movie, made by Tim Burton. If you're a fan of Tim Burton and his style of filmmaking and everything else, then it's a movie for you to check out,
Right.
But if you have seen it, let us know what you thought of it down in the comments section, and maybe tell other people why they should see it as well. And also be sure to like this video and subscribe for more, and check out everything else we've done for Halloween these past few days, and we have a few days left of it as well. We'll be, of course, concluding this week of Halloween-related content on Halloween night. So keep an eye out for what we got left for this week coming up as well.
And remember, leave the scumbaggery at home, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.